We're back, continuing this wonderful conversation with Adam Simmons, star of the upcoming ICT show, The Fix. If you look in the latest issue of the Straight Talk magazine, we have a neat article on The Fix, playing April 24th through May 20th at the International City Theater. Adam, your talents amaze me. You sing, you dance, you even
tell jokes.
Tell jokes.
Yes.
But give the audience a sense of this rock music, a couple of bars of one of the songs from the
Sure. Well,
Fix.
this song is the defining moment in the show, the first act, when he realizes his power as a politician. And I see the future. I see the path that we must try. I see tomorrow. I see us striving for the sky. I see us waking up one morning to a song we've never sung. I see the future. I see the future, and I see it in the faces of the young.
Bravo, bravo.
It's the children, you know.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
We'll be there to see that.
Thank
and
you.
know, they say parodies of politics really are unnecessary. Politicians are often parodies of themselves.
That's very true. Luckily, we're a satirical play, though.
Yeah.
So we're able to. What we're really going for is real people. This is a musical about real people who are corrupted by power, who lose their path, and then hopefully they can find the moral compass.
That is so timely.
It is.
Not just to politics, but to Wall Street and so many other fields.
Exactly. I mean, this country is going through some tough times, and we really need someone who. We need, not more than someone, we need people from the city council to the governorship all the way.
Well, I know Karen Desai's insights, goal in part for the production she brings to ICT is to give people insights into the human condition.
Most definitely.
This seems awfully necessary.
I mean, yes, and you know, she's amazing. She's an award-winning director and an amazing producer, and she really knows. I hope this show really sells.
And you were telling me that it's an outstanding cast. You're in rehearsal now.
Outstanding cast. Yeah. I mean, the talent. The woman who plays my mother, Alex. She's been on Broadway, 7, 8 times.
Well, maybe you're partial. She's your mother.
Well, it could be, yes. And she's just so dry. And her character is a Jackie Kennedy-esque kind of character.
Yeah.
Just dry and just biting, and then the gentleman who plays my uncle Sal, he's actually a paraplegic, but he's kind of like the Karl Rove of the family.
Yes.
And he's he's been on Broadway 5 times, and I mean, I just bow down to the talent that is there. It's amazing.
It's magic what you guys do. We've interviewed many actors, and you seem pretty normal here, although whatever.
Well, it could be all an act.
But you get on the stage and you transform yourself, and it's the willing suspension of disbelief, I guess is the phrase.
Most definitely.
And you take the audience on a journey, and if it's a good show and a good cast, the audience is with you for the ride.
I think so, and this is a great story, and the great thing about it is the music's phenomenal as well. It has a gospel number, it has a pretty number, it has a rock number, it has a biting number, and you feel for these people.
And of course, it's a political year. We've been watching the Republican primaries play itself out. And, everyone's into politics.
Yes. What can we say?
Well, it sounds like you're a Democrat with that reaction to the Republicans.
I think I would say that I'm more of a liberal conservative or a conservative liberal.
Well, the old definition, a conservative is a liberal who's been mugged.
Yes.
And a conservative and a civil libertarian is a businessman who's been indicted.
There you go. There you go. I mean, I would love to say that I'm a libertarian. I wish that, I wish Ron Paul wasn't so crazy, because he's got some great views.
Yes.
President Obama has some great views, but I think that when you get into office, the realities of office often don't translate into.
It's a lot easier to campaign, and you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and when you get the weight of the office on your shoulders, it ain't so easy.
No.
We interview scores and scores of elected officials here, and I have a lot of respect for the people that choose to do what you have to do to get elected and go through all that and raise money and go to these chicken dinners and everything. But democracy doesn't work unless good people get involved in it.
I agree.
And if the good people say, "Oh, I'm above that," and certainly everyone should vote, right? You would agree as an actor.
100%. 100%.
Got to vote.
If you don't have,
you lose the right to complain.
You
lose
the right to have an opinion.
Yes.
And what would your advice be to anyone who wanted to get into politics? I mean, you've seen
Watch
them.
Straight Talk
Watch
religiously.
You have back archives, don't you?
Go to the website, straighttalktv.com. We have 6 years of shows archived.
Wow.
You can watch for weeks on end without repeating.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. We can make a musical, Straight Talk Live.
And we shoot our guests close, so we get the eyes are windows of the soul, and we want to rip the mask out and see who the real Adam Simmons is.
I see.
I don't have a clue.
Well, we could be here forever. I'd have to do another segment.
Okay, well, we can arrange that. Have your agent call my agent.
That would be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, we got 30 seconds left, Adam. Say whatever you want to the folks about inviting them to see you in the show.
Sure. Well, I hope that you'll take the time to come down and hear a great story and think about who you're going to be voting for in the next election, and maybe this is a nice jumping off point.
And really, theater is all about telling a story, isn't it?
It is.
If you don't have a good story, you don't have nothing.
If you don't have a story, doesn't matter what the music is, doesn't matter what the costumes or dancing is, it's about the story.
About the story.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure meeting you,
Thanks
and I
for
look
your time.
forward to seeing you on the show opening night. And friends, coming up, our perennial guest, our absolute favorite, straight from the 16th century and the Renaissance Fair, Sir Francis Drake, right here. We're back, and we're honored to welcome back to the microphones of Straight Talk, straight from the 16th century, Sir Francis Drake. Sir Francis, you are looking wonderful.
Sir, thank you very much, and it is a pleasure to be in your company.
A man of your age, to maintain your vigor, your vitality, and your enthusiasm, it's an inspiration to us all.
Sheer luck, sir, sheer luck.
Well, the Renaissance Fair is back, the 50th anniversary of this wonderful event, running weekends through May 20th at the Santa Fe Recreation Area in Irwindale. What a wonderful way to spend a weekend.
It is indeed. 2 full days of play. We continue through May 20th. You can come at 10 o'clock in the morning, stay till 7 in the eve, 9 good hours of play.
And of course, there are artisans applying their craft.
Oh, some 150 fine artisans there. You may see them at their work, blowing glass, fashioning, corn dollies. This is for your own hand, as a matter of fact. It would be a blessing of the season, taken from the previous year's harvest, carried on the wall of the cottage all through until spring, when it was planted to show the new crop how to grow.
How wonderful. And of course, there is food galore.
Oh, 125 foods to put to tooth, some 25 different vendors, turkey legs, beef rib, Cornish pasties, sweets beyond compare. What did you eat the last time you were there?
I had the turkey leg and I had the corn.
Excellent choices, and of course, good dark ale, good beer, ciders and the likes to toast any parade that would pass you by.
And entertainment galore, including the manly men in tights, the washerwomen.
Indeed, great wit and great wisdom, and a jester's cap. I know you have flawless hair, but if you would put that crown on your wisdom for a moment there is the joy of a wise man. So indeed, 1,200 players to lure you away.
And 50 years in going strong. Tell us the philosophy of the fair. Springtime is here.
Springtime is here indeed. Originally it was begun by the Patterson family as an educational tool to try to bring to life the lessons of history 50 years ago. And it is an original California art form. All of that began here in Southern California 50 years ago. There are other Renaissance fairs throughout the nation, but all of them are the very ones that began here.
And Sir Francis, you are part of the court of Queen Elizabeth.
The court is of Her Majesty, and of course, the Queen herself comes at the very front gate at 10 in the morning. To be ruled by a woman, you know the joy there.
I'm learning. And one of the crowd's favorites, of course, is the Royal Joust.
The joust, oh indeed, as we always have done for the 15 years. I must put this sword in your hand. Of course, you may see the blacksmiths working there, and there at the great joust, men in 80 pounds of armor riding at each other with a full gallop, trying to unhorse the other man, and then do everything they can to win the day. Much like politics, if I may say.
Yes, indeed. I love that term, unhorsed. That is the term.
Indeed. And there's no artful way to foul from the back of a galloping horse.
Well, Sir Francis, you love this work, and it's not work. And so many of the attendees at the fair not only are in costume for the fair, but all year long they continue to meet in various troops. Tell us about that.
Indeed, they are organized as guilds, and of course you may see their daily life. You can go down to the clan and see how the Scots and the Irish and the Welsh and the likes would have lived 400 years ago. You can see them at their daily life. So it is as if you have stepped into history's page and all of it has come alive around you.
And Sir Francis, you've been good enough to come down and be our guest for at least the last 15 years, and the fair has been there 50 years.
50 years indeed, an amazement. I have been 45 years with the fair. I'm a very slow study.
Well, you age beautifully, and you are timeless in your enthusiasm for the character that you portray. In fact, like in Man from La Mancha, you are that character. You are not portraying Sir Francis. To me, you are Sir Francis.
Well, thank you, sir, and I am surrounded by an entire village and a court, as you did say, of people who have come alive for that day of play.
Well, let me make a suggestion. If you have not been to the fair, treat yourself to the fair. This year, it's their 50th anniversary, all kinds of special things. We'll put the telephone number, we'll put the website up at the end of the segment. It's in Irwindale. It's just about 25 minutes away from Long Beach. It's at the beautiful Santa Fe Dam Recreation Area. You'll meet Sir Francis. If you see him, please tell him that you saw him on Straight Talk. It's our 20th anniversary, but it's the fair's 50th anniversary. And of course, it's been 500 years from Elizabethan time. So make a date to go to the fair. We'll be back with the rest of our show after these messages. Continuing this great conversation with Sir Francis Drake, I learned that there's a school day, Sir Francis, on April 27th when school kids are invited.
Some 8,000 students from throughout the Southland will join us on a Friday for an entire day of the fair. Cast members will be there, the Queen herself, and it will be an opportunity for them to step into the 16th century and learn a bit about their daily life hundreds of years ago and how they would have lived.
And there are weddings at the fair, and you used the term hand fasting. Tell us about that.
Hand fasting, if you live in a small village too far from the cathedrals or the churches, you could stand up before the village, hold hands, they would wrap a ribbon around your wrists, blessed be the tie that binds. You would proclaim before the village that you would live together as husband and wife for a year and a day. Then either one of you could walk away. Hand fasting, almost a trial marriage of the 16th century.
How wise they were back then. Sir Francis, we'll give you a minute to say whatever you want to our audience, and I'll say see you at the fair, but go ahead.
Oh, do come early with good appetites for the day and decent shoes as well. There are 12 stages, 21 acres there. Put your hand to the games. There, the throwing of knives and axes and javelins, the firing of cannons and pistol bows. It's a chance that day to really become a part of the play. A good number of our people come in costume, and of course you can rent costumes there or buy beautiful clothing at the fair, but it is a chance to let your fancy free.
Sir Francis, always a pleasure. Celebrate spring. We'll see you all next week. Thanks for joining us.
God save the Queen, sir.
Straight Talk has been brought to you by Southern California Edison, the Press Telegram, and remember, Straight Talk is viewable worldwide 24/7 at straighttalktv.com.